Hey guys, Fire here, and today we are finally back on Anime Guardians. They finally dropped the update today. I was a little late on the video. Well, in general, I do try to upload at the same time every day, which is 6 a.m. my time. But I was a little late to getting these units because of the fact that, well, I just wasn't able to get to the update right away. But luckily I did wait because they did just recently reduce his evolution requirements, him and Saber. Beforehand, you needed 20 sacrifice essence, which, if you were not aware, you have to do this raid right here. And you have to go to Crimson Eclipse, and you need the sacrifice essence. And you needed 20 of them. But they did, luckily, just reduce that to 5. So it is a lot less, tedious of a grind. You also have to do the new event stage, which is right here down in the middle. But that's not that hard. It doesn't take that long. But regardless, the update finally came out. I was able to get Gilgamesh. I have not gotten Saber yet. I will get her. I will make a video on her, but she's going to be in a separate video. But I will be showcasing him today. Another piece of news that I am very happy to share. Blast got nerfed. This is huge. If any of you watched my video on the huge problem of Anime Guardians, this was basically the huge issue. The fact that Blast just put all your units into negative SPA was just a huge problem. But they just reduced his placement to 1. It's not a global placement. You can still use a ancient artifact, which I do. But it's not as just win the game to have Blast on your team. He's just helpful. And I am really happy that they finally listened and actually nerfed him. Now, again, we will be showcasing Gilgamesh. I will be bringing Subaru Sloth and Blast just to showcase properly. What I will probably do is take Gilgamesh into the God event, see how he fares against the God boss at full HP, and also see how well he does with all of the buffs as well. So I will go ahead and cut to me being in that boss event, with the God event, and I'll wait until he's at 10 billion HP. Okay guys, we are here in the One Punch Man event. Once again, I will just be waiting until the boss is at 10 billion HP. I will go ahead and just set up Wagri and everything up here. I do believe I can just set up like Regulus or something to hold off. I think I'll just do that. Regulus will not kill the boss will just heal any damage he does. But Regulus will stop the boss from making too many moves. But I will just speed ahead to when the boss is at 10 billion HP, as I typically would. And I will slow it down once we're there. Okay guys, I'm slowing it back down because the boss should be hitting 10 billion HP really soon. I will go ahead and just sell off Regulus. See, 10 billion HP. Now, I will go ahead and just drop Gilgamesh first. And, okay, so, he has... I did forget to go over his abilities. But, okay, without any abilities, keep that in mind. He did all of that. He killed that easily without a single ability. Now, I did not mean to make that so quick, but I will go ahead and just real quickly restart the stage and just place Gilgamesh and everything immediately. Now, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and read his passives here. I was trying to do that before he so rudely killed the boss before I could do anything. But, in short, he is basically stacking up this divinity bar, which is right here, every attack, and it gets him up to 500% damage and minus 20% SPA for 20 seconds. And after that, it will revert back to 0. I'm not sure if... I think Subaru Lust might fill it. I don't know. It's kind of odd with this. Like look at that. I don't really fully understand it. But he gains 2% attack every second while on the battlefield, and it goes up to 500%. So if you take him into like an infinite stage, he'll stack up for a long, long time, and it'll just get him to a really high number. Unfortunately, there's no like really good infinite stage to do right now. I could take him into like, I don't know, Story Infinite, but there's just nowhere to particularly showcase how hard he's really going to be hitting. But either way, it's not a big deal. I'm sure you guys get a general, like, more general information on seeing how well he does against these actual hard stages and not just an infinite stage that is not even a challenge. If Christmas Infinite was still around, I would definitely take him into that. but as we know, Christmas was just taken away with this update. But okay, every attack he does just has follow-up attacks, so I think it's random. But those follow-up attacks do 350% attack as true damage, which means no defense, no shield, no armor, none of that. So it will just do over 45 million each for each attack, which is insane here. But again, he's going to keep stacking up. It's looking like we're going to win the stage before we can fully go over his passive again. But if I have to replay, I'll just replay and get back into it. But he's also just reducing enemies' HP and making them slower. So not only that, but Regulus paired with him is just straight up unstoppable. I don't think you could lose with that team. But, okay, 1 second. Gotta reapply this. Hold on, let me just do this just in case. But, well, let's get back to what we were reading before, again, we were interrupted. Okay, so we were right there. So, whenever he's attacked by a boss, so like say in the world boss or something, it just reflects any of that damage straight back to them, and it's just basically doing his attack back. He also can't be stunned, but that's basically what the reflecting any attack is saying. And also, he just gets 5% attack up to 500% for every kill he gets. So he can get up to like 500,000 attack. Not, yeah, 500,000 attack, yeah, whatever, me. But no, he can get up to 1,500 attack, my bad. And then he also has these 3 abilities. Enuma Eilish increases his damage by 90% and does like the damage to all enemies on the map, so it's a global nuke. Divine Treasure gives him 555% attack instead and increases the critical chance to 100%. And then the last attack just basically fills his bar to 100%, and also increases damage by 450% for 30 seconds. Now look at it. Look at his SPA for a little bit. Yeah. What is he doing? Now, if we go to Gate of Babylon, this is basically just full bar. That's not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. This ability isn't really the good one, especially when you're paired with Subaru Lust. I mean, look at this damage, by the way. But if we are looking at for the most damage from an ability, we look at Enuma Eilish. We'll pop this towards the end of this wave, like the stage, like wave, I don't know, 28-ish, we'll pop it. Divine Treasure is about the same. You don't need to know his critical chance. We're just looking at his highest number. But Enuma Eilish will put that number to this highest state. We do have to wait just a little bit longer. We might as well just pop it at the latest point so we can have this damage at the highest, you know? We want to see that as high as it can get, realistically. Because you could take him into like the Chainsaw Man event or the World Boss to see that, but at the same time, you're not going to need that late in the stage. Let's go ahead and pop it. 51 million damage on his own and do every negative 10 seconds. So, yeah, he's kind of insane. I would say he is arguably, not even arguably, he's definitely the best unit in the game. To be fair, I've not read what 0.02 or Saber do, but I do not see them being better than what Gilgamesh is capable of doing right now. Now, there's not much else I can do to showcase him that well, so I will go ahead and probably just end the video here. I could take him into, like, I don't know, the World Boss event, but you guys have already seen that he just mops the floor with the 10 billion HP God Boss. So I just don't see much of a point in bringing him into the World Boss if that's just a lower HP boss in general. We already know he's counterattacking and everything. But if you're wondering what artifact I do have on him here, I do have the it's the green scythe. I don't remember its exact name. It's yeah, I'm not gonna remember it. I can pull it up real quick. I think it's right here. Yeah, I don't know the name of the scythe, but it is a good artifact. It's like, no, it's not green. I think it's purple. It's like the Abyss Bone Scythe or something like that. But that's not the point. Gilgamesh is really good. If you guys don't have him already, you should definitely go get him, especially now that the grind has been toned down significantly with the sacrificial marks not being as bad of a grind as they were, say, 2 hours ago. I will be making a video on Saber, maybe later tomorrow, maybe later in the day, not tomorrow. I might, I'm not sure. I am still grinding Ultimate Tower Defense. I want to make the most of my 3x snowflakes while I can, but I will definitely get a video for you guys out on Saber at some point, and also 0.2. I will likely grind 0.2. I have Saber mostly ready. I have both of her drops. I just need to get the 5 sacrificial marks. which shouldn't take me that long. It's just I don't have the time to record the showcase right now. I will record it later, and I will get it out for you guys definitely at some point, probably later today, but I'm not sure about 0.02 when I'll do that, because Universal Tower Defense is going to update tomorrow, and I am going to try to make content on that update as well. Now, I don't have rerolls in that game, unfortunately, but that's not a big deal. Regardless, I hope you guys did find this video helpful, or at least entertaining, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing, as it would help me out a lot. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.